whole team has really gelled, maybe because of number 30.
Gogolak now will try one from the 46-yard line. It is good. It is good. The second one today for Gogolak to increase the Giants' lead now to 34-17 with 1 minute and 42 seconds to play.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video, and welcome to the Gridiron. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone out there who's been watching my videos. Thank you. If you can give this video maybe a thumbs up or possibly leave a comment below or maybe even share this video, it would mean so much to me. But at least anyway, just thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. And from my family to yours, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope it's a joyous, fantastic, marvelous, merry, merry day for you. From my family to yours. I live here in South Jersey. It's going to be a merry Christmas here in my household, but it's not going to be a white Christmas. Right now, it's a little drizzling out, but it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful Christmas day, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, too. Now, what do the Giants have to look forward to? Now, this season, we got 3 games left. There's not a real boatload of stuff to really start, being all excited about, but do we have anything to be excited as far as, like, next season? What can we take from this season to look forward to for next season? Well, if you want to stay positive, there's quite a few things that you can start looking at. One thing is we're going to start getting, hopefully positively, a new GM. All right. Now, one thing, get rid of Dave Gettleman. Now, one thing you can say with Dave Gettleman, the guy tried. I mean, unfortunately, out of every 10 things that he did, 10 moves, 6, 7, or 8 of them were no good. The guy tried. All right. So you got to give him a little credit there, but there's a good chance, even if it's Kevin Abrams, we're going to be getting a new GM. So you got to say that hopefully the new GM, whoever it is, can't do any worse. Keep your fingers crossed, okay? And whoever the new GM is might be good. So that's something positive to look at. We have 10 draft picks next year. So we're going to have a new wave of fresh, young talent coming in. Young talent. And when you take those 10 draft picks, it's a good chance most, if not all, are going to make the team. So you're going to have a bunch of young guys on the team. Now, we have 5 picks in the top 70 or 75 of the draft. We got 2 first rounds, a second, and 2 thirds. Now, 5 of the top 70 or 75. Now, you can do some nice damage with that. The first rounders should be starters almost right away. The second rounder should be a big-time contributor, if not a starter. The third rounders should be contributors somewhere along the line. So, you can get some nice 5 new guys out of basically out of your 22, your starting 22. You get 5 new guys in there. That's going to help a heck of a lot. Now we have the 2 first-round picks. Now there's only been 5 times total in the history of the Giants where we've had multiple first-round picks. The first time was in 1951. 1947 and 1958, they had some kind of a lottery system. I don't know. They pick a team out of a hat or pick a ball. I don't know. But in 1951, the Giants picked, and they were first. And for some reason, I don't know why. If you were number 1, you also got a bonus pick, too. So the Giants had 2 first rounds. They picked first, and they picked 13 because there was 12 teams in the league. So they had 2 first rounders in 1951. 1972, we had 2 first rounders. We had picks 17 and 24. Eldridge Small was our pick number 17. What a frickin' total garbage pick that one was. 1984, we had 2 first rounders. We had Carl Banks. We picked with the number 3rd pick overall. Awesome pick. 2019, of course, we had the trifecta. Of course, we traded up to get DeAndre Baker. But get Daniel Jones, and we got Dexter Lawrence. I can't say we knocked it out of the park with those 3 picks, but we had 3. So this year, coming up, 2022, we're going to have 2 first rounders. The Giants, we're not going to get the first round. The Giants in their history have had first rounder 2 times. 1951, they picked Kyle Rote, who's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal in the pros, and a phenomenal college athlete coming out of SMU. 1965, we took Tucker Fredrickson, a running back out of Auburn. We could have had Gale Sayers and Dick Butkus, but why would we want those guys? Huh? The Giants have never had 2 top 10 picks. They're looking like they're really going to have 2 top 10 picks now. I mean, like the way the Giants have been playing, the way the Bears have been playing, there's a really good chance we're going to have 2 top 10 picks. The Giants have never had 2 top 10 picks. Now that is in thanks to Dave Gettleman. So you can't blame him about that. Now we got Kadarius Toney, who is a phenomenal athlete. If we can get an offense to start working with him, if he can actually stay healthy and stay on the field, the dude can be freaking phenomenal. I mean, look what he did against Dallas. 10 catches, 189 yards. And he didn't even play the whole game. So, and then when we played the Rams, the first drive, he wound up getting hurt after the first drive. He had to come out and couldn't play anymore. But he got 3 catches on the first drive. I mean, the dude's phenomenal. You just got to get a system to work with him. Hopefully we'll be getting a new offense. Now, whether Freddie Kitchens is still going to be calling plays or not, who knows? But we hopefully will be getting an offense that'll come into the 21st century, right? So that's something to be positive about. I mean, once again, something like that, a new offense, what's it going to do? Get worse? It can't, guys. It can stay the same, horrible, or it could get better. For the most part, let's hope it gets better, all right? Now, hopefully, Patrick Graham will be staying with us. Hopefully, he won't be getting a head coaching job. Because for the most part, the defense has done a very good job. We have no pass rush. We have no offense. All right. we don't do very good at stopping the run for the most part, and still we don't give up a lot of points. So we've had a lot of guys injured. Blake Martinez, right? So I mean, what the defense's points that they've given up, they've done a very, very good job this year. We have 2 young running backs. I mean, Booker's 29, he'll be 30 next year. But I mean, you got Saquon and Devontae. I mean, we'll have those 2 guys for next year. So, if they can stay healthy. We have 2 very nice running backs. We have a young team. There's only 9 guys on the team that are 30 years of age or older, right? Graham Gano is 34. Mike Glennon probably won't be here anymore. He's 32. Casey Crider, the long snapper, is 31. Kyle Rudolph is 32. Logan Ryan, he's 30. Nate Solder's 33. He may not be here anymore. We got Nate Ebner, who's on the IR. He's 33. He may not be coming back. So a bunch of those guys who are over 30, a few of them may not be here anymore. And we got 10 draft picks, so we're only going to get even younger. So that's a positive. We got Jonathan Harrison, who's on the IR. He's 30, and Levine Toyolu, he's 32. So Harrison may not be back. Toyolu, we might need him because we're going to be losing Evan Ingram. But, it is what it is. But we're going to be a young team, which is really, really nice. We might have a couple diamonds in the rough. We got Quincy Rochet. If he gets a little bit better, more experience and all, if he works off of what he did from this year, right? We have him on one side, Azeez Ojulari on the other. I'm not saying we got the 2 of the greatest in the world, but decent, adequate edge rushers. Maybe we can add somebody else in the draft. Maybe Ellison Smith might step it up next year a little bit. Jake Fromm, let's see what he can do. Put him in there and see what he can do at quarterback. Maybe he can be our backup for the future. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Isaiah Wilson, the right tackle who used to be at Georgia, right? Let's see what he can do. Maybe that wouldn't be great to get him in there for a game, maybe the last game of the season, see what he can do. But if not, I mean, if he keeps his nose clean, if he works on his conditioning, works on his weight and all that, and works on his skills and all that, right, maybe he might make the team next year. Now, next year we're going to have a good core of wide receivers. We got Kadarius Toney, we got Sterling Shepard, we got Kenny Golladay. If the guys can stay freaking healthy, get them all on the field at the same time, we got a nice set of wide receivers. The problem is, it's the injuries. But if it's a huge word, but if they can stay healthy and we can get the 3 guys on the field and we got Saquon in the backfield, I mean, we got some nice weapons there. I'm not saying we got the most explosive team in the world, but we do have some nice weapons. We have a nice young bunch of offensive linemen to work with. We might even get 2 or more maybe in the draft, but we got, as of right now, Andrew Thomas is 22, Isaiah Wilson's 22, Nick Gates is 26, if he can come back. Shane Lemieux's only 24 now. Billy Price is 27. Billy Price has filled in and done a pretty decent job for us. Matt Skier's 28, Ben Bredeson's 23, Matt Parrott's 24, and Wes Martin's 25. And I said we might be getting drafted a couple younger. So we got a nice bunch of young offensive linemen. And Rob Sala heard there's a possibility he might be going to Florida. About to say. So we'll have to see if he stays there, or do we need to get a new offensive lineman? Do we promote somebody from within the organization, or do we go out into college ranks or something and pull somebody else in? But we got a nice young group of offensive linemen to work with. Carl Banks and Bob Papa. I mean, you listen to their podcast. They both believe in Joe Judge. Joe Judge, you know, Mr. Mara believes in Joe Judge too. I mean, you know, some of the guys, you know, we're losing games, right? But a lot of guys talk highly about him. So you got to, you know, if they believe in him, who am I to, you know, I'm not going to doubt him. The team is, Judge has got the team playing hard. Now we're 4-10, but we're in there playing hard. We're starting to get disciplined. You know, our penalties are down. We're number 27th in the league. We only have 76 penalties called on them. A couple of the games we only had 3 penalties on it. You know, I mean, so the penalties, you know, we're starting to become a little more disciplined. We're not getting into too many brawls anymore. Graham Gano, he's a very good kicker. I mean, he's 58 out of 63 the past 2 seasons, 92% field goal kicking. Very, very good. And for the most part, the defense plays very, very well. You know, considering, you know, we have no pass rush and we have no offense, the defense is produced pretty well. Right? You got to give that. And so once again, we've had Blake Martinez. We got a bunch of guys injured in the secondary, guys on COVID and all. Leonard Williams with his arm is hurt, you know. So for what we got, we've done a pretty decent job with the defense. After 2022, after next season, going into 2023, we're going to start. We'll have some money. We'll bring some free agents in here, right? We had a nice, good nucleus of guys in the secondary. You know, a bunch of young guys. So Logan Ryan is 30, but I mean James Bradbury's 28. Julian Love, Mr. Duct Tape's 23. Xavier McKinney's only 22. Stephen Parker. Now, I'm not saying all these guys are going to make the team next year, but Stephen Parker's 26. J.R. Reed, who's done pretty well, is 25. Jaron Williams is 24. Kean Crosson's 25. Adoree Jackson's only 26. Aaron Robinson's 24. And Latrell Jameson's 26. Darnay Holmes is only 23, and Rodarius Williams is 25. So we might even draft another guy. And you know, I mean, so we've got a nice, young, decent group in the second. I'm not saying it's the best in the league, not even by far, but a nice, decent group of guys. We don't give up a lot of long plays. They do a nice job of tackling. So, and they keep us in the ball game. They make the other team march down the field for the most part and score. I just wish they could control the other team's offense in the final 2 minutes of the first half. I mean, it's 65-0 in the first half. First 2 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, we've given up. That's got to change. That is freaking huge. That's pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic. We did have a nice couple of edge rushers to work with. You know, something. I'm not saying fantastic. So maybe in the first 3 rounds, maybe we can pick up another edge rusher. You know, we got Quincy Rochet, Azeez Ojulari. The guys are doing pretty well. I mean, they have over 10 sacks between the 2 of them, right? Season's not over with yet, so maybe we can add somebody else in there. But we got a couple of nice edge rushers in there. But we certainly could use some more help, without question. We'll be playing a last place schedule next year. Now it means whatever. We'll be playing the extra game in the AFC, so whoever that is, that'll be a last place team. We might be playing the Lions. There's the Seahawks. Who else we got? We got the Panthers in last place. We got the Falcons. They're both kind of close. So we'll be playing teams that stink this year anyway, like we do. So I mean, teams can get better in a year, but I mean, if we got to play the Lions on the last place, the Lions ain't going to the Super Bowl next year, right? Yeah, there ain't no news flash there. You know what I mean? So, we're not going to the Super Bowl either next year. So. But what I'm saying, but we'll be playing an easier schedule than the other teams in our division. So next year might be a make or break season for Daniel Jones if we wanted to bringing him back. So it'll be his 4th year now. So if he winds up getting hurt again, This would be the 4th year in a row he's getting hurt. If his numbers aren't very good, this, that, and the other thing and all, we're probably gonna have to make a decision on either he balls out and plays phenomenal, and and we wind up keeping him, right? And we sign him to a long-term contract, or if he doesn't, if he gets hurt, if he does bad, then we know he's out of here. We either got to draft somebody or bring in a free agent or something. But after next year, looks like hopefully finally the Daniel Jones answer will be over with. Whether we're going to keep him or whether we're going to get rid of him. Right? One more year. Same thing with Joe Judge. Next year with Joe Judge. Well, if we're 4-13 this year, next year say we're 4-13 again. I got news for you. I don't care how much you like the guy. The guy's got to go because there's other teams out there that have injuries like we do. Maybe don't have the greatest talent, all this stuff. But if you're a good enough coach, you'll find ways to win a few games here or there. So if we're injured again next year and COVID and all that stuff, and we still only wind up winning 4 games, I think it's time to say goodbye to Joe Judge. So next year, if Joe Judge is still here, next year might be a make or break season for him as well, too. So there's if you want to look at it, there's a lot of good things to be thankful for, now, but also looking forward into 2022. If you want to stay positive, are we going to the Super Bowl next year? Probably not, but there are a lot of nice things to look forward to. And once again, thank you so much for just watching this video. And as I said, once again, I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope you have a merry, merry old, jolly old time. Well, once again, guys, thank you so much for taking time any day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!